This week, the city of Denver began cutting hours at recreation centers. It's the first in a series of concessions as the city braces for a $180 million budget shortfall to fund migrant support efforts.
Now, some are growing more frustrated by these initial budget cuts and say there will be negative consequences for families. Denver 7's Brandon Richard is following up for us tonight.
Well, the city's decision to cut rec center hours not going over well with a lot of members of the community, including here in Montebello. We spoke with the community leader here who believes it will cause more harm than good.
Montebello is my home. I live, work, play, and pray here. Have been for over 40 years.
Diane Cooks has spent the last 18 of those years helping families touched by violence through a nonprofit she started.
It started when my son Michael was shot. He was a victim of a drive-by. He was paralyzed from the waist down, so he's physically challenged in a wheelchair.
She wants to spare other families that kind of pain, but says Denver's budget cuts will make it more challenging.
It's going to be more work for us.
The city cut hours at rec centers this week as part of Mayor Mike Johnson's effort to help the city pay for migrant support. She says the rec centers provide a place for young people to go and keeps them out of trouble.
Now I got to get with the partners, the community partners, to figure out what can we do to help our young people and to help families.
Not only that, she feels the city has made migrants a more important priority.
Oh yes, they have made them a priority. And and the families see it, they feel it, they know it. And so that hurts us a lot because we have to think about, like, we don't want them to be out there. We don't want to not help them, but we want to be able to help our own people, our own families, our own community with all the things that we got going on.
Johnson says the city's doing everything it can to limit the impact of the cuts. Wednesday, his office told Denver 7 they continue to explore all options to meet budget needs and expects to refine its projected spending on migrants due to several factors, including a slowdown in new arrivals. Diane hopes whatever the city does next won't come at the expense of the youth.
So we got to make sure they have something to do that's positive.
In Denver, Brandon Richard, Denver 7.
Now, the mayor's office also told us they have no plans right now to dip into the city's emergency reserves to pay for migrant support. They say that means the possibility of even deeper budget cuts come next year. We also asked when more budget cuts will be announced. City officials say they're continuing to evaluate all options and expect a decision in April.